Good morning. Well, Bella just came to join me as I tell you another little chapter that happened to me many years ago. Many years ago, I was a sailor's wife, number one. And I tell you what, I was out in California and I had those twin babies. And I had a big buggy that would hold one on one end and one on the other. And these babies were adorable. I fell so in love with those twins. I thought they were the most beautiful babies that have ever lived. Absolutely. They were bald as buzzards. They didn't have a hair on their head. And they were girls. Well, what are you going to do? Well, you buy bonnets and put on that little babies and tie right under their chin. Then everybody knows they're girls and not boys. And it's so funny. I would take them riding in that buggy, and people would say, "Oh, how adorable, how cute. Are they twins?" Of course they're twins. They look just alike, the little nope, not bald-headed things, but I loved them. They were so beautiful to me. I could not tell them apart. They had to put wristbands on them when I took them home from the hospital, and I didn't get to take them home till they weighed 5 pounds. And then here I'm 21 years old, and what do you do with... I had one little baby for a week, and then I went and got another one. Then I had 2 little old babies. And they told me, they said, "Now, you know one thing about preemies," and they were like 2.5 months premature. They said, "They have no desire to live. They will quit breathing. And you have to shake them to make them start breathing again." Well, I slept them in a crib right by my bed. And, of course, Buddy was overseas still. And I was by myself with just these 2 little old babies, and I said, "Dear Jesus, help me to raise these babies." But I had a girlfriend from Indiana that had moved out there, and she said, "Tell you what, don't worry about it. If it gets too much for you, I'll come help you." I said, that would be great. So I just would make it one day at a time. Her name was Bonnie, and I said, "I'm going to call Bonnie tomorrow," because she had a phone, and I could call her from a payphone. There was no such thing as cell phones back then. Here's my cat again. She's so sweet. Anyway, so every day I'd put off calling Bonnie, put off calling her, put off calling her. And so I made it 30 days, and they were doing good. I had to shake Kathy a time or two. I would sleep right there by their crib, and I would have to shake Kathy once, or she quit breathing, and I would just sense it that she was in danger. So anyway, I finally called Bonnie, and I said, "Bonnie, I've made it through. They're a month old now. So I appreciate so much you standing by for me. I mean, that was wonderful." She said, "I have news for you. I just got back from Indiana. I've been gone a month." But boy, that got me through thinking I could call her anytime. Life goes on. So anyhow, I put these little babies in their buggy, and I bought me a car. I had to have a car. This buggy, you cannot go hardly anywhere and take 2 babies in a buggy. Here I'd be grocery shopping, and I'd have to put groceries right down there with them. So I bought me a little Dodge Plymouth, a coupe. Only had 1 seat. And in the back of a coupe, if you look them up on the internet, they're like a 1938 coupe, I laid the babies in the back behind the front seat in the floor on a blanket. And I could go grocery shopping. I could go to church. I could go wherever I wanted to go. Buddy was still overseas, but I had to learn how to drive. Now, that ain't the easiest thing in the world for a girl like me. So I was so naive. But I had a girlfriend that knew how to drive, and I had bought this little coupe from her husband for $300. It was a steal, and it was in good shape. So I bought it, and I learned how to drive it, and then I went to Knott's Berry Farm and took the twins, but I still had to use my buggy. But I had room for my buggy in the coupe in the back, and so I'd get it out the buggy and put the babies in the buggy, and I'll never forget. Knott's Berry Farm is a sightseeing thing, kind of like Disney World, except not so elaborate, but it's still there. So I was in Knott's Berry Farm, and this big, black, handsome man stopped and looked, and he said, "Those are the cutest little babies." I had their bonnets on them. They looked adorable in their bonnets. So anyhow, he said, "Are they twins?" And I said, "Yes, they're twins." And Karen was just learning how to talk. And she looks up at him and she smiles and just smiles at him. He's smiling back at her and she says, "Dada, Dada." I said, "No, honey, your daddy's overseas. This is just a good friend." I mean, what do I do? He is not their dada. But Karen enjoyed saying dada because she was learning how to talk. They was real smart, even though they were preemies. Their brains just developed like anything, and they were talking good by the time they were a year old, saying, mama, dada, and toast. Karen would practice saying toast. She would say it all different ways. Toast, 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 whatever. Raising them babies was a hassle. Learning to drive was a hassle, but you just make the best of it with the Lord, don't you? That's what I had to do, because I would lay in that bed and pray, "Lord, don't let my babies die. Please let them live. Let me be able to raise them." Because I thought they were so beautiful, and they were. I had such a mama's love for them when I never wanted babies. Remember how I got on my mother about having babies and having too many? When my brother Dan was born, I was 12 years old, and I said, "Mom, there's bound to be something to stop this." She said, "There is," but she's that same answer. "Your daddy likes babies." I do too. So she had 2 more after that. And they're wonderful brothers. She even let me name the last one, Michael Gale Ayers, and he never forgave me because he said it was the girl's name in the middle, Gale. But he kept it because he's in the Philippines now, happily married to a beautiful Filipino woman by the name of Maya. So me and my cat, come on, Bella, we're going to say so long for now. We'll catch you later. This has been fun. We're just having fun still, one day at a time, because sometimes it is and sometimes it ain't, but God is good. So bless you. And if you all will, I was going to tell you, which I had not told you before, if you will subscribe, my next little chapter will come in on your phone or wherever you're watching it, and I won't have to send it to anybody, but I may go ahead and put it on my Facebook thing for friends, because my brother Den, the one that was born that I just as soon he hadn't been at that time, too many babies changing diapers. I was so tired of changing baby diapers, and here I am in California now with twins, and you have to wash them in the toilet and rinse them out, and then I had to buy a washing machine. Life goes on. I bought me a washing machine, cost $15. It had a wringer, and you just put your diapers till you wash them. I was thankful to have a washing machine. I'll tell you, when you have twins, you have a lot of cloth diapers. There was no such thing as these paper diapers. There was some around, but nobody could afford them. They cost a fortune, and I was just a poor sailor's wife. And he was overseas. I didn't have anybody. Not that husbands changed diapers. He got home when they were 6 months old, and I don't think he ever changed a diaper. Look at me. I just can't quit. It's kind of fun. My husband's not around. Number 3 is working today. He's not around. So I just sit here and talk to my buddies out there in TV land. I'm on TV now. We got a big old TV at my house, and my husband, number 3, gets home and he says, "Did you do another one today?" And sometimes I say, "Nope, wasn't in the mood." Sometimes I say yes, and he says, "Let's see it." And then he grades it. He's a pretty good grader. He does okay. He don't complain about how long I go too much. That one that I went 14 or 15 minutes, he said, that one was a little long. So, well, but you know what? It's hard to just stop on it. It's just hard for somebody like me who is a chatterbox. And I got a message from my friend Joyce, we've been friends since I was 14 years old. And she's watching these, and she says it's just like visiting with you. And no, it isn't, because she lives out in the country, and way out in the country, and she's, I think she's a little bit older than I am, so it's my one true friend, and I love her. She's a sweet lady, good Christian woman, got a wonderful family. She's got some wonderful sons, and she's got one that can sing. He is so talented. So anyway, I'm going to shut up for now, but I'll be back with you soon. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. It's cloudy here in Indiana, where I'm at. I hope this loads up on YouTube okay. I don't know if it's going to or not. I really don't hardly know what I'm doing sometimes. I just do the best I can with what I got. I've been doing that for a long time. Y'all do this same. Do the best you can with what you got. See? You can buy a wig if you don't have a lot of hair. My hair got so thin that I don't even have enough hair to do a permanent. But that's no problem. I got Paula Young. I've been wearing Paula Young wigs for years. Ever since I was 26. God bless you. I'm gone. And here's my kitty cat, and I hope I don't choke her today. I choked her the other day. Look up there, Bella. Show them how pretty you are. She's my company when I'm here. Bye-bye.